Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sending in your questions. Keep doing so. It's Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So again, another 2 videos today. This one is going to be in regards to a question I received. Someone emailed, actually someone texted me, right? And you can all call or text me 949-415-6256. So let me read the question. I'm actually just going to read the some parts of it because it's kind of long. I work with several physicians. I own an SMO. I currently have a contract that I use with the physicians, but I do not have one with the sponsors. In other words, how can I get a contract between me and sponsor without a physician having to sign as the PI? Your assistance is greatly appreciated. So this is an easy one for me, all right? The answer is, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's virtually impossible to do this. I've never seen a contract where the PI is not required to at least acknowledge that they've read it. And the reason is for purposes such as this. If you and your PI have a falling out and your PI never signed that contract, technically, even though the PI did sign a 1572, technically the sponsor thinks that the PI has no skin in the game and would be a flight risk, a risk for just abandoning the study. And yes, they signed the 1572, they're supposed to know that that's a contract between them and the FDA. But if the business situation really gets ugly, the PI could say, hey, to hell with this, I don't care about that. It's rare, but it can happen. So that's why the PI has to sign the contract in addition to your company, because the sponsor wants them to have some skin in the game. You can try to get around this. I'd be curious to see what the responses would be. But I don't think it's going to happen. And my question to you would be, why would you want to do this? You should have a pretty good working relationship with your PIs, and you should be upfront with them about the studies you're doing and the budgets and how much you're making. And then they should know up front that they're going to get a percentage of that. It might be 10%, it might be 20%, it might be 30%. It really depends on the amount of time they're willing to commit to the study. So if they're willing to commit a lot of time to it, 20 or 30% might be appropriate. If they're not, and they're relying on you and your staff more than, let's say, other PIs are for conducting the trial, 10% would be more appropriate. I've gone as low as 8 sometimes. Never had a problem with the PIs, looking at the contract and saying, hey, look at all this money you're making. How come I'm only getting 10% or 15%? I've never had that happen, and I've worked with dozens of PIs of all different personalities and egos and all that stuff, specialties. So that's my question to you, is why do you feel like you don't want your PI to see the contract? And you can try to request that just the institution will sign it, but I really would be very surprised if you'll get any sponsor to approve that. Because at the end of the day, your company might go bankrupt, your company might fold, but the PI, that's still the PI's study. And your company might disappear, but your PI won't unless they die. And so the sponsor needs them to have some skin in the game, and if it goes to court, if it's a matter that goes to litigation, they have that contract signed by the PI. In addition to all the regulatory stuff, they also have a contract, and those would be used in business court, right? Litigation. So hopefully that helps answer your question, and I'd like to hear from you as to why you feel the need that your PIs shouldn't see the contract and budget. All right, this is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks for your questions. Keep them coming in. Bye-bye.